take time and process it yourself, but realize that everyone who cares about you is also processing what's happened to you, and they don't know how to act around you anymore because you don't know how to be you anymore. Hi, it's Nani, and welcome to the Chronicles of Nani. If you caught the name of today's vlog, which is Helping You, Helping Me, which is sort of a takeoff on the Neil Diamond song, Sweet Caroline, helping you, helping me, sweet Nani line. Okay, I'm not really the great Neil Diamond impersonator in the family. That's my brother.
Touching me, touching you.
He actually does a pretty good Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline was actually the first grown-up song that I knew all the words to when I was a young kid. My parents were both big Neil Diamond fans, and Sweet Caroline was my favorite Neil Diamond song. So whether or not the Boston Red Sox have ripped that off and made it their big, I think, eighth inning starting song, it was still mine first. Okay, Neil Diamond's first. Mine second. But what we're going to talk about today has a lot to do with family. The most important thing to remember when you're dealing with a chronic illness, especially after you've first been diagnosed with a chronic illness, is you are spending so much time processing, dealing with the fact and understanding that, okay, I have an illness that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And you are processing, and you are dealing, and you are trying to figure out, how am I going to handle this? And your relationships get weird, or they seem to get weird, or they seem to you to get weird. I found out in a phone call with my dad that those aren't things that seem that way. Relationships do get weird because people that care about you, your family, your friends, the people that are closest to you, don't know how to handle it either. And they are going through the same kind of processing and what do I do that you're going through. I really figured this out one night as I'm struggling to get through the house and doing what they call in the wheelchair making business furniture surfing, where in order for me to get to from one place to another, I've got to grab a piece of furniture and walk, and grab another piece of furniture and walk. I also found out that you fall a lot when you do that, and if I called EMS, I call 911 and the EMS technicians come in, they knew which door to come in. As they came in, they would call Devana. It's not Mrs. Patch or anything else. It was Devana because I was on a first name basis with them. They would even sometimes say, Marco, where's your mom? Because they knew the cats. So I fell enough that the EMTs locally knew me by first name. And it's my husband was just having the hardest time. in dealing with what do I do, what can I do to help. Um, so that was putting a stress on our relationship too. And I could feel that stress with my relationship, even with my own father, that we go over to visit Pop, and in order to get into his house, my husband and my dad had to help me up the couple of steps into their house and then open up the wheelchair so I could sit down in the wheelchair in the house. Um, and my dad had grab bars put in his bathroom so that I could use the bathroom. He did that on his own because it was something that he could do. So the one night while I was on the phone with my dad, and he's going through trouble because the dog that it was my aunt's dog, uh, she turned out to be a tomboy, and Papa was her buddy. She followed my dad everywhere. Daddy, daddy, daddy. Um, and he was stressing because Zara was losing her sight, and she was learning how to manipulate the house, and she was bumping into things and learning how to use her other senses because she was losing her vision and could no longer see. And my dad had made the comment uh, while he was talking to me on the phone, and Zara had bumped into something else. And he said, I just can't stand watching her like that. It hurts so much. I wish I could just fix it. At which point, it sort of opened my eyes. And I said, is that how you feel with me? And he was very quick to say, I'm not comparing you to a dog. I said, no. But I mean, is it somebody that you care about that you wish you could just fix and you don't know how to deal with, and it hurts you that you can't just fix the situation? At which point he admitted that, yeah, it is pretty much the same. It's somebody that you love and you wish you could just fix everything and you don't know what to do. And that's what creates the stress in relationships. It's what makes relationships that used to be so strong more difficult. And I brought this up with my husband, who was, yeah, that kind of covers it. I'd love to just fix it. I'd love for you to be the woman that I met and fell in love with. And now you're not that woman because you can't do those same things, and it hurts because I want to fix you. I want to be able to do the things that we've always done together. And I realized at that point, while I'm dealing with these things, I need to include the people that are close to me. I need to let you know, what can you do to help me? That, don't just walk away from me. Stay with me, and let's talk about what I need. If you can't tell somebody, especially someone that cares about you, what you need, and talk to them. Communication is so important. Talking about what I'm going through and what I'm trying to accept and work through for myself, as well as what you can do for me to help out. Because a lot of times stress happens from people that caring about you just not knowing what they can do to help you. And it's important to, as I started out with Sweet Nani Line, that you have to help people help you. Because the truth, what they want to do is help you. And sometimes it's just talking about it so that you all understand and you're all working together. Chronic illness is not something that you can do on your own. And yes, I'm talking about MS for me, but pretty much any chronic illness where you have to deal with something that's going to be going on in your life for the rest of your life. The people that care the most about you are going to have the same hard time dealing with it and processing it as you are. Okay, it's not just the people closest to you. You really do, by all rights, deserve some time to process and understand this is going on in your life. It affects you more than anyone. But understand that after you, the people you're closest to are really affected in the same way, in much the same way that you are. So, one last story that I'll leave you with today. After I make sure I can still talk. The M&M's mug has nothing to do with anything except that I like M&M's. And I've been a big fan of the M&M's characters for a long time. But my last story, because I love children, and that has a lot to do with why this story is so special. There was one time my husband and I were having breakfast at IHOP, and I went over to the bathroom, and I was able to pull the door open and get myself through the door into the bathroom with the wheelchair. And there was a little girl about maybe 8-ish or something years old that was washing. She was washing her hands when I got into the bathroom, and she turned off the water and went over and held the door to the handicap stall open for me, and I thanked her, and I pulled into the stall and heard her go back and finish washing her hands and getting hand towels out to dry. And I didn't hear the door open. I didn't hear her leave. When I came out of the bathroom, she was still there. And I went over to wash my hands, and she turned the water on for me. And I thanked her for that, and I washed my hands. And when I was done washing my hands, she was standing next to me with paper towel. And she gave me the paper towel, and I dried up my hands, and I said to her, "Thank you so much for helping me." And as we're leaving the bathroom, she holds the door open for me so I could get out of the bathroom. My husband and I were sitting actually kind of close to the bathroom, and I watched the little girl skip a few tables down and tell her mother that, "Mommy, it took me so long because I had to wait and help the lady in the wheelchair." And she was so proud of herself. And I mean, to see a child skipping to her mom and with a great big smile, telling her mom that she was helping the lady in the wheelchair, that just warmed my heart. That felt so good. For me, it felt so good that it made her so happy to help me. And I'm sure that it had to have made her good. She was very proudly bragging to her mother about the fact that she stuck around to help me. And yes, the truth is, I didn't need somebody to turn the water on for me, or somebody to hand me paper towels. I could have done that on my own. Opening the door to get out, because doors go out and in. The ones that open in are much easier to get through with the wheelchair than the ones that pull out. But it was fantastic, and it's one of my favorite stories about accepting help from somebody and the great feeling that you both have from being on both ends of that, giving help and accepting help, and it's just a wonderful feeling. So after you get through the processing of what's happened to you, whatever reason that you're disabled or in a wheelchair, or whatever is happening has happened to you, that has changed your life. Keep in mind the important other people, even the important people you don't know, and accept that help. Help them help you. Uh, Thus, the I'm not Neil Diamond, but the Neil Diamond play on Sweet Caroline, with uh, helping you, helping me, and that is so important to keep you part of the world, and even part of your own family and people who care about you. So that's the end of our talk for today. Um, I hope that it's a lot of good information for everybody. Take time and process it yourself, but realize that everyone who cares about you is also processing what's happened to you, and they don't know how to act around you anymore because you don't know how to be you anymore. Um, and work on it together. Let people you don't know help too, because you may be making somebody's day. Definitely leave comments if you've had opportunities to help somebody who's disabled. How did that make you feel? What did you do, and how did it affect your day? Or did it really take that much, but did it make you feel good? If you are on the receiving end of that kind of help, how did that feel? Did Have you ever had an experience like the little girl skipping off with great pride of helping the lady in the wheelchair? Um, Share with the community. That's what we're trying to build here, is a community where we can all share the good and the bad of things that have gone on, and dealing with a chronic illness, or dealing with someone you love or someone you don't even know who has a disability, and what you have done or could do to help. And at that, I'm going to say goodbye. Leave comments, please subscribe, and definitely share the vlog and welcome people in who may have something similar or even exactly the same, or close to exactly the same problems that I do. And I won't call them problems, challenges. I like challenges because I can figure out a way to beat a challenge, or at least a way to meet a challenge. So for today, I will say goodbye until next week. Remember that we will be here every Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I will be watching the vlog to make sure that I'm here if there's somebody else watching at the same time. Make sure you come to YouTube and have a conversation with me, and we can drink coffee together. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you, or you'll see me, next week with something new, and hopefully something that can leave you with a smile.